Well, hello, Mialisia designers. Thank you for listening to this today. We wanted to record a little something about a recent experience I had heard. So I asked Kathy Treble, one of our top leaders and designers here at Mialisia, to join me today. Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Sean.
Thank you so much for joining us. As you know, I just have a few questions about the recent experience, recruiting experience that you had, sponsoring experience, and a little bit about how that went. And so if you wouldn't mind, I just have a few quick questions that I think our designers would love to hear about.
Okay.
All right. So the first one, I said, Kathy, you recently told me about a great experience that you had with a new recruit. Can you share with me a little bit about her situation, how you met her, and how that whole kind of went down?
Okay, Sean, I will gladly share with you. I recently did a party, and it was for a neighbor of mine, and I was very excited about Mialisia and the concept, and of course it shows during my presentation, in my opinion. And as I was writing up orders with the guests, this one lady had to leave early, and she came over and said, "Do you mind if I interrupt you for a moment?" And I said, "Not at all." And she leaned over and she whispered in my ear, "I noticed you are hiring. Can you give me a call?" Well, in the world of direct sales, needless to say, we just kind of smiled and thought, well, when is there ever a time we're not hiring? That's what I was thinking.
Sure.
And I said, absolutely. And I handed her one of my business cards, and I told her I would give her a call the next day. So I found that when I called her the next day, there was a great desire there. And she shared with me that she was a very busy person and that she was very involved in her community. She heads up the Relay for Life program. She is very active in her church, and she also has a full-time job. So those were all great signals for me because I thought, you know, busy people generally get things done. So I shared with her that I would love for her, number one, to schedule an event. And my purpose in that was so that I could let her see her family and friends' reaction to the jewelry and how easy it is to sell if she could actually see it amongst her own friends and family. And we did that. We set a party date within less than 2 weeks. I wanted to get that set up immediately. And I told her that I would be willing, depending on how things went that night, if she was still encouraging the fact that she wanted to be a part of this company, that I would help her get started. Well, as we did the party that night, she shared with me she was financially struggling, that she had a daughter in college, and she was spread really thin, and that she had just volunteered over the holidays to actually help a friend do a catering business. And I thought, well, good Lord, all she needs is a fourth job in my mind. And I just smiled to myself, and I said, I tell you what I'm willing to do. Let's see how tonight goes. And I would be willing to invest in you. We'll call her Jane. Jane, and you won't have to put any money up front. Let's see how tonight goes. And I would be willing to give you the commissions off this party tonight to help you buy your case. Because she told me her credit cards were maxed out, and she literally did not have any money she could invest. So I thought, you know what? I am going to invest in you. So we did the party presentation. I actually let her assist me. I like to refer to that as a Vanna. And I let her be at my right-hand side, and we, you know, did the modeling on people, and I put some things on her. And then afterwards, we totaled up the event, and I left it at $1,100 with 4 bookings that night. And I had loaned her, Sean, 2 or 3 pieces of my jewelry that the neighbor that had the party for me worked with her. So I sent these pieces to her, and I said, Jane, you be wearing the jewelry, and I want you to be excited and keep the excitement that I saw the night at the party when I modeled some on you. And I want you to, you know, just encourage all your coworkers and all your friends and family that you want them to come and see this new concept. And she had a great turnout. I think we had about 15 people there, and it was an $1,100 party that night. And, of course, she's continued to add orders since then. So what I did was I shared with her what 35% commission was going to be on the sales that we had, And she actually had enough money, of course, to buy her case. And then, of course, I shared with her the 75% off items that she was going to be able to actually add to her kit also. She was very, very excited.
That's awesome. And I was just taken back by all the trouble you went to help her and to help her succeed and to get her on. I believe you'll have a designer for life, someone that'll be loyal to you and that'll be very successful and motivated. Can you share with me, like, Kathy, like, why go to all this trouble? Why did you do all this?
Well, you know, Sean, I'm just a firm believer, as I shared with you once before, in just what I believe in my personal beliefs, that, you know, in this lifetime, you have to pay it forward. And I live by that rule basically in my life, and that is if I help enough people get what they want, in return, I'm going to get what I want. And it's just the way that, you know, I like to do things. And when I see an individual that truly shows a desire and she has a need, and I met her daughter that night who was in college, then I sit back and ask myself, what is it really going to cost you, Kathy Treble, if you go and you help this person? And the bottom line is the only thing that it cost me is my time. And, you know, I took one night of my time, and I went and spent it with her friends and her family, and I'm going to help her get this business up and running. And she's willing to come and shadow me on a couple of my parties. And I told her the training was free, that she would not be charged for any of the training, and that my years of experience were a gift to me. And a gift is not a gift until you give it away. So that was my very point, was I wanted her to know that I saw the desire and the need, and I was willing to help her. And I was already given a call and a text before I could even get home that night, telling me her heartfelt gratitude and how much it meant to her. So I feel like sometimes if you let people know that you're willing to go that extra mile and invest in them, then they're not going to let you down, and they're going to do whatever it takes to help you see that they are capable of doing this business. It's really easy, Sean. You know, I shared that night during my party presentation that it was a new company on Party Plan, and that I was just very excited to be a part of the Mialisia family, and that this is just a ground floor opportunity. And I also wanted to share with everybody, there's just the simplest little thing that you can do. And if you forget to talk recruiting at one of your events or wherever you go, you just need a sign that has 2 words on it. You can type it up on your computer, or you can go have one made. And those 2 words are now hiring. And I had that out on my table, and I actually go a step further. When I got my business cards printed, in the top right corner of my business card, it says, positions available, now hiring. And when she came to me and whispered in my ear that night, she whispered, I see that you're hiring. And, of course, I was just like the bells and whistles were going off, and I was really excited, and I said, absolutely. All I did was say one word, absolutely, because I wasn't sure she wanted everybody there to know, because she was there, of course, at the party of her boss. It was her boss's home that I was in. But I was just very excited, and when I left the party that night, her employer that she works for full-time, and it's with our school system here, highly recommended her. And that carried a lot of weight for me also. And she said, Kathy, she is a real go-getter. She said, and you have no idea what you will have if you can get her to come to work with you in this company. She is one that just blazes a trail. And I thought, well, that is what I am looking for. So I was willing to make the investment, Sean.
That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, you shared with us your experience. You shared with us some tips for, you know, recruiting and things for getting that team built. What a blessing and how fortunate it is for us to have you and your leadership here at Mialisia. We're grateful to you for what you're doing, how you're building, and how you're going about it. I really love that you helped this woman discover or rediscover or remember her infinite worth and her understanding that she is valuable and that she can do great things, and to give her an opportunity like Mialisia where she can change the trajectory of her life and not struggle financially and be able to get ahead on the bills. That's what this opportunity is all about for so many, and we appreciate you furthering that along. Kathy, do you have anything else you'd like to share with us before we end it?
I'd just like to tell everybody that I feel like what you've got to do is find your passion. And Mialisia is something that I am very passionate about. And I always like to say that passion is something that you're not going to find out here on the outer world experience. Passion is something you're going to find on the inside. So I want you to search your soul and ask yourself, is Mialisia a fit for me? And your answer can't help be but yes. And I have a terminology that I recently picked up, and I use it a lot, and it's, are you Mialisia worthy? Are you worthy of being in the Mialisia family? I think you are. And I want you to be a part of this. And that passion comes through when I talk to people. And it's like, Mialisia is an experience that you want everybody to have a part of it. And if you will just tell that everywhere that you go, and, you know, my business card fits in a little clear name tag holder. A lot of times when you go to a meeting, you get these little clear name tags. Well, I wear my business card literally on the outside of my jacket or wherever I go, and it's got Mialisia on it, my name, but again, it says positions available now hiring. You're hiring everywhere you go. You should be wearing it in the grocery store, when you get your hair done, everywhere you go. And in this day and time, people are looking for something, and Mialisia is the answer. We've just got to get it out there, and we've got to let everybody know that you all are truly Mialisia worthy. And I am very grateful, Sean, to you and Annalise for sharing your dream with me, and that I get to be a part of this great experience.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. You're simply the best. I so appreciate everything that you do. And thank you for taking the time with us today.
My pleasure.
All right, Kathy, have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.